Hi, my name is Thomas Crockett, and I'm going to be doing a book review on our textbook. The textbook is titled Leadership, A Communication Perspective, and I'm going to be talking about Chapter 2, which is titled Leadership and Followership Communication Styles. The overview for the chapter, there are a few things to take away and to really kind of focus on. The first thing we talk about is the dimensions of leadership communication style. We then move into the types of leaders: authoritarian, democratic, and laissez-faire leadership. Uh, then we move on to the task and interpersonal leadership and talk about the Michigan Leadership Studies, the Ohio State Leadership Studies, McGregor's Theory X and Theory Y, and then Blake and McCancy's Leadership Grid. Then we go into follower communication styles, talk about engaged followers, exemplary followership, the 4D followership model, and then finish with communication styles and information processing. I'm going to first talk about the dimensions of leadership communication style. One factor that contributes to variations in leader effectiveness is communication style. Leadership communication is very important, and one where you have to be good at in order for your followers to respect you and to listen to you. It's a relatively enduring set of communication behaviors in which a leader engages when interacting with followers. If a leader is just talking and not actually engaging with the people that they're talking to, then people lose interest and don't respect you as much. I want to then move on to the leadership communication styles specifically. The three most important or most practiced are the authoritarian, democratic, and laissez-faire styles. And these styles have a bunch of different things that go to them and that can relate to each one. We'll start out with the democratic one. Being a democratic leader involves followers in setting goals, engages in two-way open communication, facilitates discussion with followers, solicits input regarding determination of policy and procedures, focuses interaction, provides suggestions and alternatives for the completion of tasks, provides frequent positive feedback, rewards good work and uses punishment only as a last resort, exhibits effective listening skills, and mediates conflict of group gain. We will then move on over to the authoritarian communication style. The authoritarian sets goals individually, engages primarily in one-way downward communication, controls discussion with followers, sets policy and procedures, dominates interaction, personally directs the completion of tasks, provides infrequent positive feedback, rewards obedience and punishes mistakes, exhibits poor listening skills, and uses conflict for personal gain. So this is more of a kind of a, not necessarily a dictator, but someone who values being in charge and people respecting them more than trying to be a team player and work with the group. Then we move on to the laissez-faire leader. The laissez-faire allows followers free rein to set their own goals. They engage in non-committal, superficial communication. They avoid discussion with followers. They allow followers to set policy and procedures. They avoid interaction, provide suggestions and alternatives for the completion of tasks only when asked to do so, provide infrequent feedback of any kind, avoid offering rewards or punishments, may exhibit either poor or effective listening skills, and avoids conflict. This is more of the kind of laid-back leader that a lot of people tend to like, but sometimes they can become a little bit too laid back, and they need to kind of offer their authoritarian style every now and then. Now I want to move into some of the chapter takeaways. I'll just talk about a couple. The first one that I want to talk about is that a number of researchers have concluded that leadership consists of two primary communication dimensions. These two are task and interpersonal, which focus on work that needs to be done and the people who do the work. Recently, change-oriented communication has emerged as a third dimension. Change or developed orientation communication factors fosters innovation and change. Thank you for listening.